Okay, howdy do. I'm going to read an article. I keep wanting to go to bed and I keep finding stuff to talk about. Here we go. So here's an article about Bam Margera from Yahoo Entertainment, Susie Byrne. This came out Thursday, June 16th, 2022. It is 3:39 a.m. on the 18th. So just roughly over a day from when this article was posted. Bam, and if you're not familiar, well, I'm sure I'll cover it in the article. Bam Margera has been found after going missing from his treatment this week. Mr. Margera was located by officers on Wednesday in Delray Beach. A Delray Beach Police Department spokesman told Yahoo Entertainment he is no longer missing. Okay, glad you're not dead, Bam. The 42-year-old Jackass star, who has long struggled with addiction, was reported missing from a Florida rehab facility on Monday. According to TMZ, he left the facility in a black sedan after telling his manager he was unhappy with his services and was going to find a different facility. Because Margera was required under court order to be at the facility, he was reported missing to the police. While out, he posted a picture on Instagram Tuesday of himself with a new AA sponsor. Additional photos showed him out at a bar restaurant. TMZ reports that Margera was ultimately located by police at the local hotel on Wednesday. He voluntarily went back to the treatment center with assistance from a crisis intervention team. In May, Margera completed 1 year of treatment at a drug and alcohol facility. He declared himself back and free on social media. He told TMZ that his goal was to return to Southern California and work with his sober skaters. In the immediate future, he was staying in Florida, where he lives with his wife, Nicole Boyd, a 4-year-old son, Wolf, to continue as an outpatient at a treatment facility. Margera's sobriety has been quite a journey. It goes on for a while, stuff you probably already know. So they found Bam. So here's what I understand the case to be from other articles as well. Bam Margera has had a lot of problems with drugs and alcohol for a lot of years. Yada, yada, yada. It got him kicked off the most recent Jackass movie. And the only reason I'm talking about this now is I need the views. But also, I did a video on it before where I half defended Bam. And this one, it's a pattern because there'll be drama with Bam, and he'll have a here's the reason why. It's like the Ryan Dunn thing. When Ryan Dunn died, I don't know how much Bam construed the situation, but it was like I lost my best friend, and that sent me into a spiral. Not wrong, but he was already in the spiral. He was already having some problems. That might have, really pushed things in the super wrong direction. Losing your best friend will do that, no doubt. I mean, these guys weren't just tight; they were brothers. Um, but that's not the whole story. He had issues prior to this, as a lot of the guys in Jackass have. Um, and then he talks about how Jackass put him through hell trying to get cleaned up as conditions to be in the most recent Jackass movie. Um, and then they end up kicking him off, and it's kind of like apparently he made some threats, and it's just like I half understand, but you went with it. I understand why you're upset. It's where you took it. Um, Another person might have helmed the exact same situations in a way that didn't. And so it's like, I get it, but it's kind of on you. This one is a little bit different, but also kind of part of the same trend. So he's done a year of sobriety. God bless. Dude's 42. I don't know exactly how long he's been on stuff, but it's been 10 plus years. Probably closer to 15 years he's been dealing with drug and alcohol issues. And not just subtle, like bad, bad issues. Um, 1 year's a long time, and it ain't an easy road to get cleaned up. So good for him. Then, according to Bam, and there's some photographic evidence and video evidence to back this up, he was doing some skateboarding, which is good, but he fell and did some damage to his wrist. I don't know the exact circumstances, but there's video of him falling, hurting his wrist, and then photos of him all casted up and everything. And according to Bam, so let's get that grain of salt the size of a football out there, they wouldn't let him go to rehab. No, no, no. Sorry, physical therapy for his arm. There was something not lining up there. He's like, I gotta get my arm taken care of, and they weren't letting him, or something. And it's kind of like possible, possible. And if that's the case, like that's you really messed up your arm. You're 42. At 22, you bounce. At 42, there's no bounce. Oh, there's no bounce. I'm 40. There's no bounce. So yeah, you need to get that taken care of, and you got to get taken care of a big bold way because it'll go fast south. So if they weren't facilitating his recovery, I get that. It's not what you did; it's how you did it. So he had this. He says by impromptu, he's like, you know what? I'm walking. There's gotta be moves he could have made to just get that handled smoother. But he's Bam. This dude's got no smooth. He's got no smooth. There's no smooth. He goes from zero to freak out way too quick. And it's like so if he's his injury, I don't know the full extent, but it's legit. To mine from the photographs I've seen and everything, that I'm gonna assume not wasn't there to see it. I haven't looked at the X-rays. I'm gonna go on not too much of them. I think that's legit. You're 42 years old. You fell down and went boom. I hear you, brother. I hear you. Um, when you're 20 years old, you hop right out of bed. When you're 40 years old, it takes some getting there. I hear you, brother. So, but he bammed it. He needed to. This is the frustration. It's like I get your concern. I get your point of agitation. They themselves being a medical facility of sorts need to get you in touch and let you go do rehab. Whether he was, I doubt he was scheduled probably to set up rehab or something for his arm. And if they're not facilitating that, they need to. I shouldn't have to explain that to people. So he might be have some legit concern there, but it's how you did it. It's the everybody's out to get me. Immediately take offense, go straight to freak out mode, and pour gasoline on a tiny little fire. You could have made some phone calls. Call a lawyer and be like, hey, Home Slice has got to go do rehab. He hurt his arm. Let's take a look at these x-rays. And we'll sue your shit if he has nerve damage because you didn't allow him to go to physical therapy. Guess where you're going? Physical therapy. So, as always, there's a grain of truth and there's a turd of shit. When it comes to Bam, He's never exactly lying to you, but it's not exactly the truth. And that's just a long ass pattern. So, did he go to physical therapy? They found maybe, but they found him in a hotel, and it's like the So it's Bam. So I wish Bam well. At the end of the day, I hope if nothing else, he seems to be putting in the effort to try to get to a better place. I hope he gets there. Whatever the hell that even is for Bam at this point. I don't. And when he's doing these interviews, he's missing a lot of teethers. He's got a lot of gold teeth in there. Bam used to be a good-looking guy. I don't know what you think of me watching this. I'd have gone to high school with Bam. I really hope. And it's 3:50 in the morning. I want to go to bed, but I just keep doing these. So I look even more youthful. But Bam, god damn, he looks like my grandpa or something. He looks close to my dad in age. Jesus Christ. So I wish him well, but it's hard to. At the same time, it's not that there wasn't an issue there. It's how he addressed the issue, and it's part of a pattern. And it's getting harder and harder to have sympathy for Bam. And I'm sure everybody knows him has been through that process. It's like really care for Bam. I think he's a good guy. Really care for Bam. Oh, he's full of shit. Okay, he's trying, but he fucked. Oh, fuck you. I'm out. And so I'm way over here. I still hope well for Bam, but hard to have faith in your brother. So that's it. Bam's. They found him. He's okay. Hopefully, this is just a minor bump in the road, and Bam gets to Bam land or something in his will. Cheers. The stop button.